Memories can be comforting, or they can be lethal. In remembering Melody, the echoes of the past creep into the present, revealing how fragile the boundary between recollection and horror can be. Greetings, ghouls, and welcome to a dive into horror television. Tonight we explore the chilling world of remembering Melody from the show The Hitchhiker. We open at Ted riding his bike in the city. He runs right into a car that's driving itself down the street. Ted is an attorney and he's one busy man. He calls his secretary and tells her he'll be late. He takes a shower and gets interrupted by a ringing at the door. No one is there when he looks through the peephole, but when he opens the door, he's greeted by Melody. They're old friends, but Ted wasn't expecting to see her. He goes to finish getting ready, and she almost passes out while standing. We learn that Melody got fired from her job at a factory for getting sick and missing a couple of days. She's completely broke and needs Ted's help. She was hoping to stay with him for a little while, but he tells her she can only stay the night. They used to live together in college, and Melody took great care of him back then. She cooked, cleaned, and worked to support them. She was a good roommate, and they were like family, but that was 15 years ago now. Ted has to go to work, and Melody is going to stay and cook him a nice dinner. After a harrowing experience in the shifty elevator, Ted arrives at his office. He's having a weird morning. It's already noon by the time he gets in. He goes to meet his girlfriend and coworker Jill. He apologizes for missing the meeting, then he fills her in about Melody. They were like family in college. Melody was only a waitress, but she supported him and his friends. She even bailed him out of jail once. They made a pact that they'll always be there for one another. They were ex-lovers, and they even stopped a war together. The life that Ted lives now as a corporate attorney would make his past hippie self sick. He became a lawyer so he could help the little man, but now all he does is work to help mega corporations bend the law. Jill tells him to cut Melody loose. She tells him to get his priorities straight and to take the day off to think. So Ted goes home, Melody is in the shower, and he goes in to sneak a peek. They kiss, and that leads to even more fun. When they wrap it up, she asks him why she left her behind. He said life gets in the way. Back in 1968, they both wanted to be free, open, and loving. Love, peace, and happiness were the things then, but it's over now. Melody telegrammed Ted 2 years ago, but he claims he never got it. She says that he broke their pact. He could have saved her. Ted swears he loved her back in the day, but she thinks he just loved himself. He tells her that this is over. He isn't going to sacrifice his career and his relationship for Melody. He goes to sleep at Jill's house, but he wakes up to a loud noise. Feeling something is wrong with Melody, he goes back to his house to investigate. His apartment is windy and filled with fog. The bathroom door swings open and there's a bright light. Melody goes into the light and disappears. He gets home and his apartment is trashed. It looks like a bomb went off. He checks the bathroom and he finds Melody in the tub filled with blood. On the mirror, it reads "Something to remember me by," written in blood. Stunned, Ted exits the room and is met by Jill in the doorway. He tells her that Melody killed herself. He gets up and realizes the apartment is back in its original state. Jill goes to the bathroom to look for Melody, and there's no sign of her. Ted swears she was right there. They find a newspaper clipping of Melody's suicide. She's been dead for 2 years. When he calls Anne, his old roommate from college, Melody picks up. She's going to leave her something to remember her by too. This episode uses Melody's ghostly return and the time-bending narrative to dramatize how unresolved relationships, forgotten promises, and suppressed memories can persist across years, influencing both psychological and ethical states. Ted's recollections of their college life, her care, their shared ideals, and their pact resurface vividly, disrupting his structured adult routine. This suggests that memory retains agency, actively reminding individuals of their failures, omissions, and unresolved emotional ties, even decades later. Memory is not passive. It acts as a force that demands acknowledgement, shaping present decisions and emotional reactions. Melody's return symbolizes the enduring consequences of past actions or inactions. The story communicates that the past is never truly gone. Unaddressed emotional and moral debts persist, demanding confrontation. The episode examines how forgetting one's past promises or failing to act on one's values can manifest as personal and relational tragedy. Melody's disappointment reflects how love and commitment can be sacrificed in the pursuit of societal definitions of success, leaving regret and unresolved emotional tension. The episode contrasts the idealism of youth with the compromises of adulthood. Ted and Melody's college years represent a period of freedom, shared purpose, and ethical clarity. Their pact to always be there for each other embodies a moral and emotional code rooted in youthful idealism, reflecting a time when principles and relationships were prioritized over status or material gain. His decisions, like ignoring Melody's earlier telegram, favoring his current girlfriend Jill, and putting professional advancements over past promises, demonstrate how adult compromises often conflict with youthful principles. The narrative highlights that adulthood is frequently associated with ethical gray areas, moral compromises, and the subordination of authentic self-expression to societal demands. In the episode, memory functions not merely as a passive record of past events, but as a powerful force that prompts self-examination, ethical reckoning, and emotional confrontation. Through Melody's reappearance and the resurfacing of shared history, the episode shows how memory can compel reflection on who we are, who we were, and the consequences of our actions. Ultimately, memory in this episode is transformative. By confronting the past, Ted is given an opportunity to reassess priorities, confront guilt, and recognize the cost of compromise. Even though Melody disappears and the events are surreal, the memory of her and what she represents leaves a lasting imprint on Ted's consciousness, shaping how he might act or reflect in the future. The supernatural framing underscores that memory is not just reflective but active, capable of altering perception, emotion, and ethical awareness. Christopher Leach directed this one, and he's also directed 3 episodes of CSI, She Fought Alone, and Teen Wolf too. The writers were Alvin Sapinsley and George R.R. Martin. Alvin is known for writing 16 episodes of a show called Suspense, as well as The Elgin Hour and Studio One. George went on to make it big, writing 74 episodes of Game of Thrones, as well as writing 20 episodes of House of the Dragon. Ted was played by David Dukes, who worked on a ton of television and sadly passed away at 55 years old while filming Rose Red. Susan Blakely, who played Melody, is known for her role in The Towering Inferno, 2.5 Men, and Rich Man, Poor Man. The cast was particularly well done in this episode. I really liked everyone. The writing stands out as exceptional as well. Overall, I'll rate this one a 9 out of 10 for The Hitchhiker. What did you think? Tell me down in the comments, and until next time, remember to be well and stay spooky.